Always remember the sand. This is the part that no one likes to tell you about. Okay? This right here. You guys might know already, you might have to work hard, right? But the sanding, the preparation is 75% of the actual job. And sometimes people forget that, you know, they think, oh, I don't want to pay that for the carpenter, I'll do it myself. And then they get a bad product and they realize, oh crap, there was a lot more to it that I didn't realize. And they probably should have left it to the carpenter anyway, because usually they end up having to hire the carpenter back to fix all of their stuff that they did wrong and then do it right anyway. So you might as well just save the money and do it right, get it done by the professional. Every time. Even I do that. If there's something that I don't do professionally, that just I don't have the tools for, I don't have the long-term knowledge of, I'm not gonna do it. I'll literally call up the best person that I can find to do the job, and I'll get on their books. And if they can get me in, great. If they can, I'll wait, you know. But I normally will not do it myself. However, there is like some things that I'm learning right now. I like to learn plumbing. I like to learn electrical. So there's things that I'm interested in that I'm willing to, you know, bend an ear to, because I know if I own a home, I gotta know the basics on how to fix this stuff, or else I might get in a pickle where I could damage my whole house if I don't know how to stop a flood or something silly, right? So I ran all the PEX to this house myself. Tinkerbell helped for a little bit. Rob helped for a little bit, but I was the main man there. And what else? Electrical. Like I set all the boxes. I set up the blueprint for the house and all that. Do you guys like to learn? Poop poop. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. I don't mind you being silly on here. I understand you're just being silly, whatever. But please remember to hit that subscribe button. It's right down there. And you'll be able to see all my new videos as they go live and all that stuff. So we appreciate it. Look at this. I'll give you guys a tour. Well, you can't really see it now, but that's a masterpiece under there. This is all AZEK. AZEK trim bordering this, AZEK, all AZEK. I put little shelves up top, nice custom shelves. I built those in, I put the vanity in, nice PVC cold molding. I've got some trim for right there. This is gonna have a backsplash, which is really pretty. This is the backsplash for the bathroom. Right, it's got that nice gold in there. And then that will be there with those bordering it. That's black granite underneath there. And then this is Antarctic Corian. It's got like fish scale glitter in it. and my tiles over here have fish scale glitter in it. And I was thinking fish scale herringbone pattern. So you got the fish scale Corian with the herringbone pattern, and the black granite was given to me a while ago, and I found this black granite bullnose border for it, and it'll be beautiful. Yeah, right? Like, this was all gross bad. None of these walls were here when I bought the place. All the walls were yellow, or they were plywood walls. Half the ceiling was cut out. I mean, this place was a mess. Anywhere there was drywall, it was popping like crazy because it was ring shank nails. And at one point in time, the drywall must have got sweat and it started popping. So I had to go down all the exterior walls and the ceilings and secure them in with new screws, and then sand down all the bad paint. There were holidays, big, huge blotches for big, huge, long scars everywhere. It took me 8 months to build this. 8 months. I ran all the flooring. I had to self-level the whole floor. 8 bags of self-leveler, and it took a while with my laser level. I built this beautiful shelf, right? Just absolutely gorgeous, right? And I had to box that HVAC in. I didn't want that HVAC in my kitchen. And I built this cabinet. They're not faux doors. They're literal drawers. Beautiful. Not one nail. Not one nail. It's all glue. All the faces and all the doors are just glue. And I have that all on video. I built them all on video, and you guys can watch what I done if you ever run into the problem. I laid this floor down. This is ProGen Tar Kit, and it's called Natural Oak, and it's the floating floor. And then this is all Pine Select. I'm gonna stain this stuff. Just do a light stain. That's gonna be painted white. What else? Yeah, I put all the doors in. I put the windows in. Matter of fact, I put the windows in first. Look at this closet. Oh, I put this sconce light in. This is neat. That's worth a subscribe, ain't it? Because this thing drops down and it drops the lighting. So I put that light in. And then, of course, you need a nice fancy light for your closet, right? Look at that. And that's got a curtain rod, but we took it out because we're gonna be painting all this stuff. But just this took me about half a day. Sorry about that. I lost you guys. I ended up losing you. But yeah, I built these triangles, right? Absolutely gorgeous. Not one nail in there. It's all glue. And then I also put that shelf in there. So when you come in, that's my trailer, and that's my pallet shed. So right there and there, so you walk in and these nice natural oak floors, you know, nice slanted wall. And what this wall, that's a carrying wall right here. That's all that was in this room was just posts. 4 posts, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Stacy. I love you. It's my aunt, Stacy. She's a savior. She's an angel. Always has been in my life. Are you working, Stace? So now we're gonna go in the bathroom. I mean, I got all these drop cloths everywhere. I'll be painting very soon. There we go. So yeah, I'll be painting very soon. I have to lay the backsplash first. Once I get that backsplash ran, I'll be able to paint. But I don't want to be running tile inside the house until I don't want to be, yeah, I need to do the tile first. Because I don't want to risk making a mess with a brand new paint. You know, paint's finicky. And when it's brand new, you really don't want to be washing it down and stuff. So, for basically a just in case. I'm literally just gonna tile everything down, and then we'll get right back to taping everything off, masking everything off, taping it all off, and then we'll spray. Have any of you guys sprayed before? Like with the Graco sprayer? I'll come down and talk to you guys. Oh, cool. Laminated copies. Perfect. I used to love doing that in school. So, we're just doing the hard stuff that no one likes to throw into their edited, into their edited home renovations videos. You got to remind people that this is not easy, If it was easy, everybody would be a builder, right? No one said it was easy, but they make it look really easy, including myself. I make it look very easy because I've done this for a long time. I've been interested in this my whole life as a child. I used to watch Bob Vila when I was in Head Start, waiting for the bus. I elected for Bob Vila instead of Sesame Street. I remember running up the ladder with buckets of nails for my family to shingle off my great-grandmother's house. I remember running them up shingles. I remember them setting lines for me, and I literally hammered the nails in. I was 4 years old. And we reshingled that side of the house there. So basically, I love it. It reminds me of my childhood. I built the house for my great-grandfather with my, I was 8 years old. It was during the 98 ice storm. And we had already got the post and girders down. We had already got the floor in, but we had to put the walls up. And it started to do the ice storm. And I'll tell you, we finished that house off with siding and everything and roofed it and all that. And it was some bit of cold. And I remember we finished it off, though. We got it done for him. We got the wood stove in, and he says, we're good for the year. I'm set. So, yeah. And now I went back to look at it to just see what the house looked like nowadays, and it's completely flat and gone. He cut down 3 trees off his property, and the mill was a quarter mile down the road, and they took the wood, they took half of it. He gave them a list. They brought back the list of what he needed. Boom. We got about 3/4 of the way through, and we realized we needed more of a few things, so they took another tree and cut that up, But yeah, they bartered with wood, so he gave them extra wood so that they could mill it out and sell it for milling out his product. So if you're ever building a house, you remember that. If you got property, you can cut down the wood, get it all in a stack, have the trucks come get it, send it to the mill, and they can mill you off what you need, right? You can stack it up in little sticks. You stack it up and let it dry out, and then you can use it. You know what I mean? You can even use it without letting it dry, but it's going to shrink really bad, especially if it's green. If you've let the tree, maybe if you've let, I don't know really understand that part of it, but I know you're going to want to let that wood set a little while, or maybe trade them for already set wood, maybe. Basically, it's called moisture content ratio. And there's all kinds of different meters that read the moisture content ratio for different doors. But yeah, it's pretty neat. So like when you're doing pressure treated deck and you're doing deck treads, you know how you get spaces between your deck treads? Well, that's because the pressure treated wood hasn't been completely dried out yet. And what that does is it basically makes it so that, sorry, hold on. So that the wood will, yeesh, this thing is just smoked. I need a new tripod very badly, but I think I'm good. I'll just give it a turn. So this ugly register up top here, I had to add that to my tenant's room because I just found out when I built it, I found out that the previous owners took his ductwork out and just shut it off with plywood. They just removed the whole thing. So he had a register on his floor, but we didn't realize it was never blowing hot air. So, and that was on that end of the house, and I didn't want to cut into my ceiling. I had already done my bathroom. If I had realized, I probably would have ran him a register, but we realized later on, I did myself. I think he was trying to tell me, but I didn't hear him all the way. So anyway, it worked out best anyway, because there is a nice register right here, and I cut a hole through my ceiling and his floor, put the register down. I had this hanging for somebody, it was just hanging. Oh, I cut this out of my unit too. This whole thing was just sticking out of the wall like this, just hanging off the wall. So I cut it down and made a nice register with some nice diamond plate grate. And then I had it extra. And then I used it here and I connected it to the main line. This is the main HVAC duct, and it gave him beautiful forced air right off the furnace. So he's probably got the best heat in the room, in the house, really. All right, I gotta get this done real quick. And this is just, these doors sometimes come just completely wrapped, and there's nothing you can do about it. But the best thing is we got filler, and we can make it look like it never had a problem. So that's the good thing here. I gotta clamp that together. Put some glue in there and clamp it down. I keep pulling out the same exact nail set that I don't want. See, this is an awl actually. It's an awl, but it has a nice tip. It's an awl without the handle. And then you got this nice finish nail, punch. But you see, they used staples. They're called brads. I gotta clean my glasses off. Much better. Remember to like and subscribe if you haven't already. We're really at the final touches on this house. So be prepared. We're going to be laying tile. We're going to be spraying paint. And we're going to be putting all the hardware on. We have a lot of tape and plasticking to do before we spray, but I've laid the drop cloth, so that's a set and ready to roll. Oh, I should have known not to leave my hammer and nail set, because of course they're gonna have staples poking out from the factory. Come on. I try not to let them drag onto my sponge sander. Interdiction. Come on. Yeah, so I'll be putting this place on Airbnb, and you guys will be able to actually come and rent it if you'd like. It'll be a worldwide destination because we're down East Maine, right on the coast. All kinds of four-wheeling, snowmobiling, side-by-side, ice fishing, bird watching, boating, sailing, racing, everything you can think of, all kinds of it. And we're way out, wherever you'll have a lot of peace and quiet, solitude. Let your brain think. Just chill out for a little while. People from all over the world will come here. And I'm going to do something special for this house. I have my rough draft book for building the cabinetry, and I'm going to leave that somewhere in the wall with one of my business cards. It's already one of my books. It has my name, my logo, and my number on it. So I buy notepads. You can buy like 100 of them for $85 or something like that. And I use the notepads a lot because I'm a carpenter. I always need to know my measurements, plan builds out and all that. And if I have a cutter, my cutter needs to know my measurements, and then I take his book. So we swap books all day. He cuts what I just measured, and I go install what he just cut, and I measure, and you see? So having our own notebooks is nice, just because, I don't know, you get used to what you work with, and it makes it comfortable. All right, I'm gonna shut this door and get this side. Oh yeah. Look at that. Holy crud. What a mess. Oh my. Oh my. Yeah, there's a couple of boogers in here. Wow. Well, I didn't realize you guys couldn't see that. I'll show you. Teamwork makes the dream work. My sawzall poked through from the other side when I was fixing a jam. So I had a couple holes in there that I had to sand, but that we'll fill those in. Once you fill them in, you sand them down. You don't even realize they're ever there because you paint over them and it's all done. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Okay. Yep. Wow, that was rough. If you paint over this without sanding it, it's going to be like super fibrous and hairy and rough. But if you sand it down and then spray it, oh my Lord. Nice. You get that really nice finish. That's just like spraying a car, you know. Super flat, strong. It's just perfect. Here we go. Remember to subscribe, please. I'm working hard here. It'll be done soon and it'll look beautiful. But it all can't be done in one day. You gotta pace yourself. After doing this for years and years, I've learned there's no sense to rush. When we rush, we mess things up. See all that fibrous hair coming down? It's just little hairs of wood, that's all it is. And it's been painted over. There's a lot of nails poking out in this one. Gotta be really careful not to make a bunch of holes. And these are brad staples that they installed on the door. They didn't use regular nails, which is understandable. They've got to be held in, and they're slip jams, so you can slip the jam off the whole outside, but it comes with both sides. Just take a couple staples off from the inner jam, and they pull right out, and you set it over there. Then you install your door. Then you can put the other trim back on, and it comes really nice, you know. I mean, they come in nice, and they're cheap. $138 for all the trim, the door, everything, all in one package. Come on. Some of those are stubborn. So I'm just constantly looking for them. I think I got all the doors now. That's awesome. I went through all the doors, front and back and middle. I got all the nails that were poking out. And that's the stuff I like to save for this moment here. When you're going to go through it and sand it all really nice, you might as well, mostly, you know, if it's a bad nail poking out, you want to take that out immediately. But the small stuff can just go, you know, when you're installing 5 doors in one day, you're just trying to get them in, and you'll take care of the small stuff later. Around that edge over here. Okay, there's a little bit of sand in there too. Alright, start down low. Dang, man. Thing poked out again. Yeah. Sorry guys, there's some nails in here that I just realized they're not in all the way. This one should go now. Ugh. So they're stapled brad nails, and some reason they just don't want to go in. It must have been right on a nice tight grain. All right. Okay, so now there is a couple of problems right here. Got some, I'll show you. So you see that? Those are just called drips. That's literally wet paint from the factory. Then you see these are splits from the factory where their brad nails were too low. Then you see this is where I had to fix this whole thing from, because that was cracking and it wouldn't bend because they had it right crooked. Now all these holes will be filled. That won't matter. But I need to sand them down in a way that that I'll be able to fill them and they won't show. And then you got this from the factory again, that long brad nail. that's moving. So I got to seal that. I got to put August Turbulentus YouTube. That's cool. You can plug yourself like that. That's awesome. Well, make sure you guys like and subscribe because we'll be putting tile on soon. That's the backsplash for the kitchen. That's the border. It's bullnose. It matches this counter, the black granite, all black granite. And this is Antarctic Corian with fish scale in it. And it's herringbone with fish scale. So I thought it looked cool together. And this is for the bathroom. That horizontal trim will make this feel wider. It'll make the bathroom feel more open and wider. And it'll match in with all the trim and stuff. But make sure you guys like and subscribe. Hit that like button right there, please. That helps the channel grow quite a bit. And I'm working really hard to make sure you guys can learn how to do this stuff. I don't want to just give you guys some pretty edited video, you know, and say, oh, this is how easy it is. No, it's really actually not. It's hard. You know, and I'm a one-man band here. I very rarely get some help. So it takes, what I'm saying is taking longer. So I'm going to sand those down without going too hard. But then I have these cracks in here as well from the brads that they shot in. Same thing here. So I have to go sideways. Now this is a heavy grit. This is super heavy grit, but it's taking down the heavy stuff. Then I can go in with a lighter sanding and feather it out. Okay, that pulled it down quite a bit. Let's check this. See this here? It's doing the same dang thing. So I have to go against these. So all that's going to get filled in and sealed off before painted, and we'll have that looking like it was never even there. Yes, this is the ugly work. This is the prep work. This is the stuff that you don't get to see in the videos when people say, look how beautiful this came out. And it's like, well, you showed me 3 seconds of a renovation that literally took probably 3 weeks, but you said you got it done in 3 hours. It's like, no. So now I'm coming through with 100 grit and getting them buckles down, sanding down these so I can fill them well. And when you fill, you don't want to just like kind of fill it. You really want to stuff that product down in deep. You want to get all the air out of it, get all that, whatever you're filling it with, deep in and consistent. Now I'm sanding this part down. This had a big paint drip on it. You can even see right out here it has some still. So I'll take that. Where did I put that? Come on. It's over here. Remember to like and subscribe, people. Please, it's a huge help. To be honest, I'm just really trying to show you guys the hard stuff that you're going to run into if you ever do any renovations. You know, and they say the most control in this world, the people with most control right now over their finances is literally investing in real estate. Investing in real estate. So finances, economical civics, and real estate. So that's literally what I'm trying to do. I'm getting into stocks and bonds, IRA, investing. I'm making it a game for myself. See how much I can save. And it's not about how much I can make off my investments. It's about how much I can bring in and put in the pile. And also how many multi-units like this. This is just one room, right? This is my bathroom. None of this was here when I bought the place. I built this all, right? It was just an open room, all beat up. And this is my property. So I got my dump truck, plow truck, right? Big old plow on her. See, right there. So that's my white dump truck. That's a dually. And this is my house here. 3 bedroom, 1 bedroom, 3.5 bedroom, 2 bedroom, right? And I built all this. It takes a lot of time. You see, I put some more mudding in. Now I had to do that because, oh shoot, I'm supposed to. Gotta leave that fan on that wet mud. Gotta get it dry, right? So I noticed there was a couple of screws popping yesterday. So I went in and I filled them and screwed them in, got that drywall fixed. But the thing is, if you got to fix any, that's what I had to do to the whole house. So I've probably already fixed some of those and they're popping again. So I literally went ham on all the exterior walls because that's all that was here. It was half of this was all cut out. That whole thing was all cut out because it's my electrical highway. And it runs over to my panels. I have 2 panels in there. I put the windows in first, right? I put those in first before I did anything because I was fixing the outside sheathing. So I said, all right, well, while I'm here, I'll buy some windows and we'll put them in. And then I started cutting a trench for my drain, figuring out water. You can't have a bathroom or a kitchen without, your drain, your vent pipe, and your water pipe, and you got to have, your drain pipe, and then you got to have PEX, hot and cold. So I made sure I had a trench dug that we could do, and I had to figure out if this bathroom had to be raised up or lower. And I ended up getting, that's 4.5 inches on the front, 5.5 inches, 5 inches on the lower end. That's level, laser level. Everything I build is with a laser level. I put this in with a laser, that laser, laser. The doors laser, the whole countertop laser, the shelves with a laser level. I even use laser levels for all my uprights when I'm putting my upright in. Everything's with a laser level, all my windows, doors, everything. So, got to make sure it's level, right? Especially if you're doing a new build. Don't do vapes. Don't smoke. It's so horrible. It really is. And Red Bull. Don't drink Red Bull. All right. I got to make sure I'm back in. All right. So we have to put some super glue right here, everybody. All right. Let's do it. We're going to super glue and then we're going to clamp it down. So I'll just use some of this. This is 30-second grab. It takes 30 seconds for this. There's my tile adhesive. That came today. We'll be using that to lay those tiles. I got also, guys, like and subscribe because watch this. Look at how beautiful that tile is. That's going in my bathroom. That's going in my bathroom over there where the flag is. So, don't mind the mess. This is what I built. I built this bench. These legs fold up, and then that is on hinges, and that drops down. This is my liquid shelf, my bucket bag, my accessories, hardware store, pneumatic shelf, rake, shovels, anything that's long you can hang up and bungee cord in. This is my fastener shelf. I built all this. And this is my tote tower. I literally took fish totes, got their dimensions, got them locked in. I bungee these down to the hooks. 1, 2. But these are just capped and lipped in and they never move. I got a side door here. I got a light switch, turn the lights on. I got my brush hangers. All kinds of stuff in there. All kinds of stuff. We got ice and water. Whole roll of plastic never used. This is where all my levels go, but all my levels are inside. A lot of my tools are actually inside. This whole thing would be stuffed full. This welder, it's just here because I have no room for it. Denmark. Denmark. That's awesome. Make sure you subscribe, Magnus. Magnus, I believe I met you once on here. It was one of my first. I believe it was one of my first. Anyway. Oh, and then down here, I put all my drop cloths and some of my bigger buckets of hardware. And then this is all my tables, sawhorses, business signs. This is my exterior paint demo for like sanding. It's got all types of sanding stuff. It's my carpentry tote, my paint tote. That's my hand tool bag tote. It's got every type of hand tool you can think of, like pliers and every type of hand tool you can think of. This is also my paint tote. It's got like rollers and stuff. This is my big boy corded tool tote. And then that's my cord extension cords in there. Those are backpack sanders, Festool. I made them. I'll show you guys someday. I literally took the middies. I took the minis and the small mini Festool sanders. I grabbed a 10-foot hose. I bought one of their speeded sanders and I put backpack straps on them. So I have two Ghostbuster style backpack vacuums and they're Festool. It's the coolest thing ever. I friggin' love those things. You can scale up 40 feet and if you use those, you don't even need a mask. You don't even need to put plastic up. So that's why I bought into Festool. And when I do any lead buildings, I've got all the best gear in the world and I'll never get a ticket or a fine. And that's why I went that way with them. So I'll just grab my small. That's not really small. I had some in my hand at Harbor Freight the other day and I didn't buy them. Silly boy. I knew I needed them. I've had bags and buckets of them, but they burnt in my fire. One second. So, right here, there's a crack. Okay. Now, I take a rag. Making sure I don't get it on the outside edge because I want to clamp it. So I got my 30-second grab Loctite. Now I'll just take this. Okay. So no, that right there will be sealed up for good. I'll let that crack dry up, and once I take the clamp off tomorrow, that crack will be sanded down and we'll fill it in and cover it over, and then once we paint, no one will ever even know it was there but you and I and God. Yeah, this is the master bedroom. This is the other bedroom. And I added this slanted kind of seated area. And over here, it's basically an efficiency apartment. But nowadays, people want bedrooms. They don't really care about space much. They just want bedrooms. And I offer everything. I offer lawn mowing, trash removal, heat, electricity, snow plow, I do everything. What's up, everybody? Make sure you guys like and subscribe if you haven't already. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. So now I have to start cleaning this stuff off because I'm going to figure out a layout for these tiles. We're going to run the laser level and figure out what would be the best way to run these herringbone, like how high I want to cut them, how low I want to cut them, right? Basically just figuring all that out. It's gonna be fun. I gotta put this back. Slide that over out of the way. Move over, Rover. This is my bull nose. That will go over the top, and it'll border it as well. What are you guys up to? Look at this mess. That's all my tools that I have been using lately. Not bad though. I needed every bit of it, so a lot of it can go back. But I'm just gonna let it all hang out for right now. I'm not worried about it. Once I'm done, I'll put it all back and we can paint this place. Right? That's what this thing said. There it is. So this is what I'm going to be putting in the wall or the ceiling somewhere. This is all of my drafts to build this cabinet. Every different piece of wood, every different selection. Look at all that. That took me hours to do all this, to figure all this out. I mean, this is like the Bible of the cabinet, basically. So I'm gonna keep this here, and I'll leave one of my business cards in there, and I'll put my name on it. That way, later on, years and years from now, when someone takes the house apart, they're gonna find it, and they're gonna say, wow, that's awesome. It's important to put everything back when you're done with it on a job site. If you don't put everything back, you end up with a huge mess on your hands. And we're not looking for huge messes on our hands. Magnus, it's nice to talk to you. Thank you for your support as well. I dearly appreciate it. I need a hat. Tinkerbell, the doors are all done. Doors are prepped and ready for install. Sorry, it's boring in here. I'm trying to get all of my tools set up. You ever seen this? These are awesome. Right. Yup. What do you think about mass immigration deport in Europe? Well, this is the thing, like, so what are they doing? So are they trying to say that they feel bad for going over there and fighting over the war? Is that what it is? Are they making up for what they done? Because I don't understand what the big cert, like why? Why get involved in their life? Leave them in their country where they want to be. Let them fight their own wars. Why make it a big deal? Oh, that's right. We know why. Because people are waking up to their politics. And people are saying, this isn't right. Wait, hey, hold on. You're lying to me. So they need more voters, and they're pushing them in. You know what side I'm talking about. And the people that are from the country are saying, hey, this is our country. We pay the taxes here. So, that's the grift that I understand of it. I'm gonna catch you guys